In this video, I'm going to show you two methods that you can use to predict the outcome of the Super Bowl. I did this in Super Bowl 52 and I posted it to my YouTube channel. I predicted who would win the coin toss, what the final score of the game would be, and of course, who won the game. What's great about the method I use for that is that it's date stamped. It'll always be there so I can go back and refer to it at any time. The second method I'm going to show you is great if you're at a party and you want to do something live. You can make a prediction, put it in an envelope, and right after the game, you open it up and you show them that you predicted the outcome. Now here's a disclaimer, and I hope I shouldn't have to say this, but this is a magic and illusion channel. So this is just a trick. There's no way to actually predict the future. So when I did this in Super Bowl 52, I mailed myself a letter a couple of weeks before the Super Bowl. Then I emailed myself who was going to win the Super Bowl and what the final score was going to be. Of course, those are date stamped and they're in the email server. So these are not fake emails. I didn't doctor them up. These are real emails, and I really did send them a week before the Super Bowl. And finally, 2 or 3 days before the Super Bowl, I posted a video of myself saying who was going to win the game and by how many points they'd win. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This method, the first method, takes a lot of work to do it, but I did, and I'll teach you how I did it. The second method I'm going to show a little later, it's much easier, but it's made to be done live. So for the first part, like I said, I mailed myself a letter that said who would win the coin toss and what the coin toss would be, whether it was heads or tails. And this part was pretty easy because there's only 4 scenarios, right? There's heads and tails, and then there was the Patriots and the Eagles who were playing against each other in that Super Bowl. I mailed myself 4 different letters with 4 different outcomes. They were postmarked, they were real letters, so they actually had a timestamp on them, and it was real. I put them in a drawer in my house, and I had a little marking on each of the envelopes, so I knew which one had which answer inside. And then after the game was over, or after the coin toss happened, I just went and grabbed the one that had the right answer, and I threw the other 3 out. The next part was the email. And I sent myself 2 separate emails. One of them said that the Eagles would win the Super Bowl. Not so impressive, right? It's a 50-50 chance, and I guess you figured this part out already, right? I just sent myself 2 emails, one that said the Eagles would win, one said the Patriots would win. And then after the game, I just deleted the one that didn't make sense. But then I sent myself another email that said that the final score would be 41-33. Now this is where it gets a little complicated, because if you think of all the possible scenarios for all the numbers that could come up in a game, right? This is not like a 100-box pool where we're just looking at the last number. I predicted the actual numbers, 41-33. So how did I do this? A week before the Super Bowl, I started emailing myself over and over and over and over again. And I wrote, the final score of the game will be, what could it be? It could be 3-0. It could be 0-3. It could be 4-3. And I went through all of the scenarios, and I sent myself probably 1,000 emails. And I covered every number from 3-3 up to like 60 or something. And I sent myself all of these emails. So I had thousands of emails in my sent box. Right after the game was over, I went in and I found the one that had the right score. I deleted all the other 999 emails. I kept that one in my server. So now anytime I open up my sent mail from that day, I have 2 emails that were sent to me. And one of them says that the Eagles are going to win. And the second one says the score is going to be 41-33. And both of them are date stamped a week before the Super Bowl. For the final part of this illusion, I posted a video to my YouTube channel a couple of days before that Super Bowl. And it said,
I can tell you with 100% accuracy that the Eagles will beat the Patriots by exactly 8 points.
You probably figured out by now how I did this part. I literally uploaded a bunch of videos. I said they won by 8 points. I didn't say the actual final score because there's a lot fewer videos that need to be loaded by doing it this way. Right? I posted a video saying the Eagles would win by 1 point. Then I posted another video. The Eagles are going to win by 2 points. And then I posted another one by 3 points and so on. And then I said the Patriots are going to win by 1 point, by 2 points. But I posted enough videos to cover a 30-point gap either way. There was a ton of videos. And then as soon as the game was over, I went in and I deleted all the ones that were wrong. And I saved the one that was right. Now, I have a public channel. I didn't want people to see that I posted 60 videos of my predictions. So I just left them all as unlisted videos. And then as soon as I had the right video after the Super Bowl was over, I changed that to a public video. So it automatically posted, but it still had the date stamp, the timestamp from a week earlier. Now, each of these things by itself might not seem very impressive, but when you put all of them together, you open up your email and you show them that, then you show them the postmarked letter that you sent to yourself, and a YouTube video. You can't change the date on a YouTube video. Everybody knows that. So it was posted, it was there. You're gonna blow their mind. You're gonna have 2 envelopes, and they're both gonna have predictions in them about the outcome of the Super Bowl. Inside one envelope, you're gonna have a crumpled piece of paper that has your prediction written on it, and you can do this right in front of them and then seal the envelope up. And then in the second envelope, you'll have the second prediction, and you're gonna put it in here. You'll close this envelope up, and now you can leave these 2 envelopes in plain sight during the Super Bowl. They've been sitting on the table in front of everyone the entire game, and now the Super Bowl ends. You're gonna take the two envelopes, you're gonna hold one, you're gonna hand one to anybody in the room, and everyone else is standing around watching. You're gonna ask that person to follow your moves exactly. Rip open the envelope, and you'll ask them to do the same thing. Open it up and drop the note into their hand, and you're gonna do that, and they're gonna do that, and you'll ask them to read it out. Which team won the Super Bowl? And then they're gonna take the paper that's in your hand that you've shown in front of everybody, and they're gonna read it, and it's gonna say the ending score of the Super Bowl. It's also gonna say who won the coin toss. It can also say what color the Gatorade was. It can have any prediction about the game you want on it, and it was sitting in front of them the entire time. Well, it almost seems too good to be true. And of course it is, because there's a trick, right? There's always a trick. You'll have two envelopes that look exactly the same. You're gonna write the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl, and then you put it in here. In the other envelope, you're gonna write the Buccaneers are gonna win the Super Bowl, and you put it in here. You put these out on the table, they can stay in plain view the entire time, because you're gonna switch one later, and I'll show you how. It's important that you mark one of the envelopes. I just put a little red dot in the corner there, so if Brady's team wins, then I know this is the one I wanna use. This one doesn't have a dot on it, so I would know that if Brady wins, this is the one. If he doesn't win, this is the envelope that I have to keep, and this is the one I have to switch out. Now, during the game, as things happen, go to the bathroom, and on a Post-it note that looks just like the ones that are in there, you're gonna write other information. What color is the Gatorade, or the coin toss? And as soon as the game ends, you're gonna quickly write down what the final score was and who won. You're gonna crumple up the piece of paper, and you're gonna put it into your right pocket. You're gonna be very slow and deliberate about all of the other moves after this. Very carefully hold it up and hold the other one and hand one to somebody else. And then you say, look, I'm holding this in plain sight. I want you to do exactly as I do. And you're gonna rip it open, right? I'm gonna rip open the top. I'm ripping this. Good, you rip yours open, they rip theirs open, all right? Get rid of this piece of paper, we don't need this. And I'm gonna put this in my pocket, and here's where it happens. As I put it in my pocket, I get this piece, and I just pinky palm it, that's all. It's just right there, it's no big deal. No one's looking here, because now I'm gonna hold the envelope with this hand. They're never gonna suspect that there's something in this hand, because they're waiting for the paper to come out. Here's where the switch happens. When you tell them, look, I want you to take it, I want you to just dump it into your hand, all I did was I didn't actually dump it because it's stuck inside there. So again, I have it palmed here. They don't know that. I'm holding this. I'm gonna tell them, look, I want you to just take it and dump it into your hand just like this. And then you just present this piece of paper. No one's gonna look in here for the other one because they see this one. Immediately take the envelope, get rid of it, put it in your pocket. Now when they open this piece of paper, it's got all those predictions plus the other one they're reading that says who won the game, and you will blow their mind.